and that was exciting. Both teams, I mean, St. Rose, unbelievable competitors, and that's, you know, full credit for them. To go down and us have the opportunities to defend and then come back and score was amazing. But they battle. They got tremendous coaches that are fierce competitors, and we knew they weren't going to give up. But when they scored, I saw Tori on the field just pumping everybody up, and that's pretty impressive because that would have been an easy time to go down. But she stepped up, and it's amazing the leadership that we have, and that's why we're playing on Saturday.
Questions?
Chelsea, can you talk about just talk about the double overtime period?
We haven't gone into any overtimes this whole year, so that was kind of new for us, but we wanted it. We trained for this. Even if it happened, you know, tie is a tie, and we know how to grind it out and get what we wanted. It was a bit scary, but like Coach Bart said, our captain Tori held us together, and you know, she's been the glue to us the entire year.
So what about the play where you had fouled?
Excuse me?
Danny got fouled, I think.
Where you went down?
PK?
Okay.
That was Danny Cruz got fouled.
Well, my teammate got fouled, and it was in a box, and as soon as she got fouled, Coach Bart kind of been holding off on the PKs because I'm kind of, you know, it's a bit nervous. So I knew he wanted me to take it, so I kind of got my head together, and I knew I had to do it, not only for myself, my nervous, but my team, my coach, my fans, you know, everyone at the school, you know, everyone was looking for us to finish.
And I saved it all year. She doesn't want to take penalty kicks ever at practice, never. I forced her to go up. We had a couple opportunities during the year that we could have used her. We decided to use other people, and as soon as the foul occurred, I pointed right at her. She was trying to hide. I saw her run, but my finger caught her from far away. You are taking it. And so Chelsea stepped up, composed herself, and just like at every practice, just buried it. And that's why she was our ace in the hole when it came to taking the PK.
Was that the shot you wanted all along?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't change your mind.
No. I usually close my eyes.
No, I don't need to know this.
This time I kept my eyes open.
Could you just kind of go through the, you know, what's going through your mind at that very moment?
Without cuss words.
No, you gotta kind of clear your mind, because if you don't clear your mind, then so much goes through your mind that you just kind of think it. And from experience, I know that if I did that, then it wouldn't have went where it went. So I kind of just cleared my mind, me and the goalkeeper, and it went in.
Monty, you guys had a lot of opportunities today. Talk about putting that goal in and how good it felt, and just talk about the play.
It felt great. We were on them a lot. We had so many chances. And I was just praying, God, just let it go in. And I got a nice give and go with Chelsea. It was a good combination, and I just thought it's got to be on frame. So, shot with my left. Yeah.
I was shocked too.
Who would have ever thought that?
No, I wouldn't.
Left-footed. And I'm just glad it just went in. I was just...
And she tore her ACL back in March, and Tori mentioned that in our little huddle, just how she came back and battled. I mean, she worked so hard to get back this season. And we finally got her back on the field late September, more in October. And it's been kind of giving her minutes. And today, her and Tori in the midfield were machines. They were just moving around, because St. Rose midfield was very active, very difficult. And they were just machines out there, those two. And so Monica...
This team is great. They carried me on at the end of the season when I couldn't play. And that helped me become a better player. Just being on the bench and just gave me so much energy. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be in here. And then that goal meant so much. I mean, it just sums everything up. I've had such a tough year. And this team... they've carried me on all season, and this is, of course, for God, for them, and my family, and all the people that has been behind us all season.
Tori, you've been here 4 years, and I remember earlier on in the season, 5 years, sorry, and I remember early in the season you made a statement with your team going back to the huddle that this is the most special team you've been a part of. Talk about this team and why it's so special, and just the uniqueness of the team.
Well, I mean, this is my third appearance here at Final Four. Lost both times coming, or actually one was a tie.
Fair enough.
But this team is special. St. Rose is an incredible team. They hustle. They do not let go. I mean, in the back of my mind, after we scored that goal, I knew they were going to come back even harder. And that's normally what teams do. But that's a St. Rose team. They have a lot to lose. Defending national champs. And we kind of came together like, look, if we can score on them, it's okay. We just keep going. We've got to score to keep winning. And it's crazy because even when we had our 3 weeks of preseason, we had a hurricane, and we had to go somewhere. I mean, we're just so out of our element. And from there, people kind of doubted us. I mean, after a season we had last year, coming back, people are like, oh, West Florida, blah, blah, blah. They're in their history. We looked at each other like, we're not going to be like this. We are a special team. It comes from our top goal scorers, to our midfield, to our defense, to our bench, to our substitutes, to our injured. I mean, this team is one. And we kind of had the same before we started playoffs where we're rubber band. And it's such a humbling thing, rubber band is, because we keep it around our wrists. But it's something that's so strong that can hold so much together. And that's kind of like what we are. We're nothing fancy. We're nothing special. I mean, we're nothing like Barcelona or anything like that. But we work hard, and we want to win. And I think not only me, but coach, our assistant coaches, our fans, junior college kids, red shirts, they all want it. And that's what makes a team a whole. And that's how teams win. You have to be a whole and you have to be one.
Coach, before the game, Carmelina Popola was the Daktronics Player of the Year, and Sydney Bond was named first team All-American. Can you talk about Danny's effort covering Bond and Harbison on Popola?
They're great players, and they are going to goal and making it tough. Taylor's chosen the hardest mark every time to Chloe Roberts, who's also National Player of the Year. We put a little tater-tot on the best strikers, always. But that still, Kelly Andrus and Rachel Cutts and our keeper still have to do the rest. But Taylor Harbison's always, you know, it's her task to try to keep an eye on the most important threat. And once again, I mean, Popola was just amazing again today. And Taylor just was able just to hold on, grind, and tug and pull and just do everything she could, and did an amazing job. And Danny, first half was amazing, but they went to Bond quite a bit in that second half, and she got behind us several times, and then Dandy probably she clacked her head on the ground, woke up, and was doing a good job, but then came back and with urgency and was awesome. So that's that grit that Tori's talking about. It's not a fancy team. It's not the heralded individual players. And that's what makes it tough for us. I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday, but this team's going to fight. You know, and other teams in the past that we've had were amazing. You had some warriors on those teams, but you also had some heralded players. This whole 11 with the bench and this whole team is going to step up.
Tori, you're the only player to return to the Argonauts after playing that NCAA finals game back in 2008. What are your thoughts about heading into the finals this summer?
It's a completely different team. It's a new team. It's a new game. No one else was a part of that. So I think it's a good thing. Coach was. That's good. He's been there, done that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be refreshing. It's going to be nice to play 3 o'clock, kind of our weather. And I'm not going to look at anything at that game because, like I said, that team was incredible. Some of the best players I've ever played with until this year. And not only they just work hard, we had that extra oomph. And without that oomph, you have to win. And that's kind of how we lost to Seattle Pacific. They had that extra oomph. And in overtime tonight, we showed that. We knew if we didn't score in the first overtime, we were going to have to score in the second overtime. And you saw, before the PK, we were down there. We had chances. And we're going to carry on to Saturday, and we're going to do our thing. We're not going to change anything differently. We're going to go out there. We're going to be hungry. We're going to go at that back line like there's no other back line. Because you know what? There's not.
Any more questions for the coaches, student athletes? All right, thanks, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.